once people get really good at it, they start doing it on their own.
So the big question is, what are top agents doing to absolutely crush it in real estate, grow their teams and add more transactions year over year while so many struggle? To get the answers, we interview top real estate agents to learn their secrets to success. Listen, we believe every agent should make a minimum of $100,000 per year, and we're on a mission to make this happen. We've already helped over 100 agents achieve this with our coaching. So if you want to fast track your business growth, get to your first $100,000 in GCI or add another $100,000 in GCI using social strategies, then head over to go.eliteagentsecrets.com, or you can just click the link in the description below. Also, just make sure to follow us, hit that subscribe button, and if you get any value from this at all, please tell a friend and leave us a review. My name is Andrew Dunn.
And my name is Peter Michael. Welcome to Elite Agent Secrets.
Let's move into your second secret to success, which is actually open houses. And so for realtors listening, why is open houses your second secret to your success?
So a couple of my agents are new to Houston. They've never been here. They don't have a sphere here, and so I with the market being like it is, I think this year we've listed probably 15 homes. We had a pretty decent year as far as listings are concerned, and so I make them double up. I have a routine on how I set up my listings, and then I make sure that my people are ready for the open houses. You got to do your homework. I mean, and most people go to open house, don't know shit about the house, don't know anything about the neighborhood. They just stick their butts in there and just sit, wait. And the biggest push I have is just kind of like the vacation thing. When you go to an open house and you got to get ready for it, you go there with work. Have work to do. Because if you have work to do, people show up. If you don't have work to do, nobody shows up, right? But know about the neighborhood, know where the stores are, know where the entertainment is, know everything know about the neighbors. I knock on the doors, find out who lives where, find out who the kids are. Because I teach my team, you got to get in there and you got to teach. You got to teach people. Hey, what made you guys come out here today? Oh, this and the other. How's everything? Well, yeah, I got a realtor. Oh, great. That's great. What about a lender? How's your lending process? Well, nobody ever asks. Realtors don't ask clients about their lenders, but the reality, I'm partnered with lenders. So guess what? I say, well, are you just talking to one? It's very important that you probably compare the different products from the different lenders. My lender knows if he gets a referral the whole time, he's going, man, why aren't you working with Ricky? And I
wash hand, right?
Yes. And the interesting thing about it, one of my realtors now, I met in an open house. He had a realtor. And then I just started talking about I just started educating about the home buying process. Because whether they go with me or not, look, I'm almost 60. I get kids that have bought houses. Help everybody know what the process is, right? And then they call me back about a week later. Like, hey, do you have time to take us on? I could probably fit you guys in my schedule. You know what I mean? And then a year later, he's like, I'm going to become a realtor. Now he's one of my realtors. It's
amazing.
You go out there, keep busy. The weekends is for makeup. What I mean by that is you have a daily goal of what you need, how many people you need to touch every day, right? Mm-hmm. And on the weekends, the makeup for anything extra, right? So that's why it's all about scheduling your personal time first. Do a lot of open houses, get to know, door knock, do all these things, and you'll meet people. And I have one of my agents. She was here when I got here. She left a couple places. We were talking one day, and she actually came back as my TC. Now she's a buyer's agent, and she hates open houses. But then she's like, "Well, I need some business." Says, "All right, let's go to open house. I'll meet you there. We'll go together." I don't want to go. Come on, we're gonna go. Man, she got 3 buyers. Now she likes open houses. Sometimes you got to make people do what they don't want to do to get what they want.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I remember my very first open house. First of all, I didn't know what a sign-in sheet was. I was basically ignorance on fire, right?
Sure.
I got to my open house. I was just getting ready to knock on the neighbor's door, but I was too much of a bitch and chicken, right? I knocked on the door before they got even to the door. I ran across and I hit inside of my open house. I had, I think, like 80 some people, maybe 100, 120 people come through. I had music blasting. I had no sign-in sheet. I didn't know what I was doing, but I sure as hell knew everything about that house. Like the
Yes.
good, the bad, the ugly. I took the time to learn about the neighborhood, learn about the school. So when somebody was coming in, I could speak to it. And keep in mind, this is me like a week or 2 weeks after I got my license, right?
Right.
Ironically, it was my listing because I was able to be blessed to be in a position where through our digital marketing, I got the listing, right? But the point is, when people came in, the person that ended up putting an offer in was unrepresented, had no guidance. It was the first house they walked in, and I ended up helping them purchase that exact house just by education, right? So like I'm really big, and Ricky, I'm picking this up from you as well. It's like the education where it's like contribution and value. You don't know what the home buying process is? Cool, let me show you. You may be working with somebody, not trying to step on any toes, but have they asked about the lending process? Have they asked you this? Have they asked you that?
Right.
Just like that, I took out my phone. I had no sign-in sheet. I turned my camera. I took a selfie with them, sent it to them, followed up with them after the open house, and they're like, "Hey, we actually want to put in an offer. Can you help us with that?" I'm sure, absolutely, I can.
And that's the key. You know what I mean? Is serve, take care of people.
Yeah.
And today's buyer is a little bit more educated, at least in their mind for sure. So, you need to know what house is sold in that neighborhood in the last, 6 months, what
Yes.
they look like. And so that, well, this one, yeah, but it did this, it looked this, everybody wants to find a deal, but right now there are no deals in Houston, Texas. Okay. I
Well,
don't know about anywhere in the world.
that's
There's no
exactly what that
deals.
conversation looked like. Hey, what about the house down the street that's for sale by owner that's like $30,000 more? I'm like, I encourage you to go by there and take a look and then come back here to have the comparison,
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's so true, and that's why I hear some people say that open houses are not worth it. I mean, people kick cans all the time, and they go with people they like and people they trust. So if they are kicking the can at your open house and you treat them like a great human being, they will come back to you.
Yeah.
They will. And I mean, if you don't want them, send me. I'll write them. I'll write a contract for you. No problem. No
Or will
problem.
you? Because you've only written one.
Well, you know what it is you laugh, but I did. Okay, I had two this morning, and I just went over. I went over my TC and told them exactly what I wanted. And yeah, man, I don't care. I paid them to write the contracts. I paid them to do transaction. So from
do you have an
contract
in-house
to close.
TC?
What's that?
Do you have an in-house TC?
So I have one. I have two on my team.
Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah. So like I outsource it through a service. So they don't write the offers. That's why I had to learn. And besides, I really wanted to learn the contract myself to know how I can be more competitive.
Sure.
Right. Because if you know it inside out, I didn't know what I was doing.
But you know what? With having all these listings, I had one listing that I had almost 200 offers on.
What?
When you start looking at offers all the time, you know what I mean? You learn the contract and you realize how bad everybody else is at writing them. So, I learned.
That's the thing. Like the contract, it's not rocket science.
No.
You literally check like maybe 10 to 15 boxes, and there's like 10 fields that are fucking blank, that are like name, purchase price, earnest money deposits. Like what is, okay. No. I got to ask, what is a bad contract? How do you write a bad? How do you fuck that up? How do you fuck up the most important part of getting a chance at selling or buying a house out of the gate?
No. Look, I just tell you, I partner with people that want to make money, that want it more than I do, right? And I just call them. I'll text them. I'm like, hey, you feel like writing a contract? Yeah. Okay. Here's the stuff. I send them a text. Address, price, title, survey, option, freaking warranty, closing date. Here's the letter. Here's a pre-approval letter. It's done. All right, send it to me.
That was simple.
Yeah,
Oh
so
my God.
that's what I'm saying is like, how do you write a bad contract? Like it is.
Oh
I hear
no,
that
yeah,
all the time. Like, what's a bad contract?
man. People flip numbers around. They don't fill out stuff. I mean,
House price,
it's
name.
yeah. Man, I look, it's embarrassing. And then when you start having to put them on these spreadsheets and comparing, I pay people to put them on spreadsheets for me. Look, I would rather do what I want to do.
What's leverage, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. And they're just as committed. They want their money for what they want. You know, I figure on a $300,000 house, you know, that's maybe $7,800. If I give $800 away, I still have 7,000. It's 7,000 I didn't have. When I do the math, I'm making about $250 an hour. Where can you do that in corporate America?
Yeah. Unless you're a doctor, attorney, and that's not even corporate, right?
Yeah, no, man. And no. So, I mean, you got to have your priorities. I know my priorities, and that doesn't make them, I'm a very much double standard. My people know that you can ask any one of them. Do as I say, not as I do. You don't be me. You're young. I'm going to teach you what you need to do that 20 years from now, you'll be one of these big wigs. Look, I'm in my last 60 months. I'm a car payment away from retiring. All right. And I know exactly what I want to.
I know.
What's that?
I was going to say, I know what bullet point number 1 is on your list.
What's that?
Of how to get to 100 million. First step.
Fucking work.
No, it's before that. It's before that. Step 1, listen to Elite Agent Secrets podcast. Step 2, do the work. Step 3, you make 100 million.
You know what? So here again,
Shameless plug.
Every year so far, I've increased my income by about 120, 130,000 and work less.
Yeah, it's great, man.
You know, and I have my, you know, you're asking earlier, these are my Bibles, right? So this is my first quarter. Tomorrow starts my second quarter. In here, I mean, I have it marked all the way out to the 30th of June. But the coolest thing in here is my freaking dream list. My dream list is these are my dream to-dos. These are the things that I want to do. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I want to pay off one of my houses by December 31st. You know, I want to have my taxes done in time for a change. You know, just there's things I want to do. And every single day I look at them and I try to knock one out. I try to knock one out a month. And I mean, look, man, I bought a toy last month. I was so excited with. I see you got cars in the back of you. So 1960 Oldsmobile.
Oh yeah.
88.
Ooh.
So, I mean,
I love
buy a toy. You know what I mean? So it's all about what you want in life. And I find out what my team wants. You understand? What's important to them. So when I call them, I'm like, hey man, what are you doing? I'm not doing nothing. So how you going to get that purse you wanted? Yeah. You know, whatever they want, I have a list, you know what I mean?
Do you have a specific planner that you use or just any old planner where you're just meticulous where you can write that stuff down?
So I have it's funny. So I do this with my team. It's a Providence planner. It's just a daily planner. And I make everybody write their stuff down. Oh, here's my 11 pages of what to put in a plan. And then, you know, back in the day, you remember Franklin Covey? Do y'all remember that? Franklin Covey planners? Yeah. That just shows my age, right? So basically, I used to teach at the Army Recruiting School how to manage your time, daily, monthly, weekly, the whole 9 yards. And so that's what this is about. So it's 2 days, the list of what they have, their tasks they do, the follow-ups, their goals. And when they talk to you and you say, hey, listen, I want you to call me back in a day or so, they move it over and put it in. And why I do it this way is when they're driving, that should be number one, would be your library where you listen to all the cool shit that you want to do. And number two, you make your phone calls, you know? And so you do that, it cuts down your days, you know? And the other thing is like the second Tuesday of the month, we have what we call Team Red Time. So everybody shows up at the office at 5:30. We talk for about 30 minutes. From 6 to 7, we have red time, making phone calls, and a competition. If they contact a person, they get a chance. If they make an appointment, they get 2 chances. I give them $100 gift card to the local restaurant, and we do that. I ain't gonna say we drink adult beverages because that probably wouldn't be cool, but I've heard people do that because rejection is a lot better at that point. And it's funny, but because everybody's there listening to each other, they're talking, they're making phone calls. I think the last one we did, we made 145 attempts, 47 contacts, 9 appointments. And these are things they would not have done.
Yeah.
And they get, a chance at a gift card, they drank, they hung out. I mean, we do a lot of stuff like that because once people get really good at it, they start doing it on their own. But now the camaraderie and stuff like that, we push that a whole lot.
Yeah.
So that, we can make our money.
Oh, and by the way, if you're listening to this and you aren't making at least $100,000 per year in GCI and you're looking for a predictable system to get you there, then head over to go.eliteagentsecrets.com.